Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our live. I am so excited to see you guys here, and I do appreciate you for showing up every day or every weekday at 7 a.m. So, today we're going to be doing a cardio workout as we understand that life is not fair, but what do you do with that life? So, if this is your first time coming to my live chat, my name is Shola, and I go live on TikTok every 7 a.m. Mondays through Friday, motivating you. We motivate ourselves and we listen and we learn from it. So we have a very interesting life. During this live, feel free to give me gifts if you feel like what you're hearing you love. Feel free to do all that lovely things on live. And also, whatever I'm working out with, I always show a replica, no, an example of it if I can find it. If you want to purchase, feel free to purchase. So today, we have mats that we can use. So you can use your mat and put your mat down to cushion your feet. And if we're not going to do weights today, but there's a possibility that in some of the workouts that I do, there's a possibility that we will be doing weights. So feel free. Today we're going to use our body weight as we watch and we learn that life is not fair. But what you do with each opportunity in your life is what excels you. I want to say thank you to everyone. I appreciate you. I don't have my glasses, but you know what? Let's get started on this.
What is there that you know you need to do, that you want to do this, but for some reason or another, you've been holding back? For some reason or another, you just have not been able to gather your nerves or be able to work through the procrastinating or putting it off or justifying or blaming. Some reason or another, you just haven't done it. And you know you ought to do this. You really want to do this, but you don't know why you haven't done it. Now, first off, we know that this is not easy. Because in order to begin to reinvent your life, you've got to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort. That you really got to put all of yourself into it. It's very challenging to act, to do those things. There are times when you're looking at it and you say, I know I need to do this, but I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. I know I need to do it, yet leave me alone. No, I don't want to do it. So what do? What are those things that cause us to do like that? I think that among the things that prevent us from acting is the fear of failure. And if you've already failed, you don't want to fail again. The pain of that, the disappointment, the fear of loss is another thing. Because many times when we do those things that we know we need to do, we feel that we might lose somebody that we love very much and care about. We don't want to hurt anybody. Many of us don't act because we want other people's approval. We want everybody to like us and to accept us. And that's not possible. Many of us don't do the things that we want to do and don't act because of lack of self-confidence. We don't believe enough in ourselves. I have a friend who's been working on a job where she's miserable, talented, want to go to another place that she can do what she wants to do and make the kind of money that she would like to make, and had some offers. But because of her fear and her lack of self-confidence of things might not work out, she won't take a chance on herself. So there she is spending 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and she's miserable. She hates to go to work. They're not paying her what she's worth. She knows it. But yet and still, she won't do that which she knows she must do, and it's wearing her out. There are a lot of people that their jobs are making them sick because they won't act. You check out the absenteeism and people that are depressed. You see them coming to work angry. How you doing? I don't know. Have another friend. This guy's brilliant. He's a business consultant. He helped a lot of people get their business started. And people come to him because they know he's knowledgeable. But this guy won't start his own business. Now, he's very smart. He can do it. Everybody believes in him except him. And he's so smart, he's talked himself out of it. Well, the numbers aren't right. So there are many reasons why we don't act. There are other things, though, that affect us. Is that not wanting to take personal responsibility. We want somebody else to do it. And many times we pick up our inability to do certain things from people that we love, people that we admire. We identify with them, and we live in the context of their ideas, their opinions, and their life patterns. We buy into it unconsciously. My mother is a pack rat. She keeps everything. She doesn't throw anything away. And I have unconsciously picked that up. Many times unconsciously, we try to honor the people we love by being like them. By the same token, I realized something about myself when I had some major decisions to make, and I found myself acting like my mother. See, my mother's the kind of person that when she has a problem with one of the other foster children that she adopted, she won't confront them. She will call me. Les, why don't you tell Linda to move? She's lazy. She won't go to work. She runs the street all day, and then she comes home and wants to sleep all day, and I think she's doing drugs. I said, but Mama, why don't you tell Linda that? I bought the house for you. I told you when she wanted to come home, don't let a grown person come there and take care of them. You let her in. Well, after all, she's my child. Mama, then you handle that. When I tell her to leave, she say, Mama say, I can say, Mama, can I say? And you tell her yes, and then you call me and say, she's still here. Why worry me with this? So Mama hasn't developed the courage to act on that. Some people won't act until there's a crisis situation. When Linda started stealing from Mama and took her Social Security check to get some drugs, Mama got some courage to say, get out of here. Don't ever come back. But she wouldn't do it until then. And see, we don't have to wait until a crisis situation. But there's some people, it takes that kind of crisis to bring them into reality in order for them to act in their own best interest. Some people have to hit rock bottom in order to rise. I don't know why. You want to begin to look out on your life.
Did you get a watch?
What you want for you. And
use your watch.
I think that when we begin to focus in the area, what does it take for us
you can get your fitness on your watch.
We can say events
can
inspire us to act.
Get your fitness watch
event in his life.
and use that.
Circumstances. A friend of mine, he wanted to do something and
everything.
Just did not have the motivation and the drive and the confidence within himself. But his circumstances changed overnight through an acquisition of the company that he worked for. He lost his job through the inspiration of desperation. He had to act. See, life also are things that can inspire us to act. See, we don't have the courage, and that's what it takes, courage. It takes guts to do that which you know you need to do. If you don't have the courage
what I'm wearing?
to act,
get it.
times will move on you
get it.
and make you act.
You can see
Life
it.
will whoop your butt so
I showed
bad.
it down.
You will be so miserable. You will catch so much hell. You say, yes, I will do it. What do you want me to do? Take me. A friend of mine said, I can't stop smoking. I can't stop smoking. Doctor said, Sam Axelrod, you have emphysema. Sam never picked up another cigarette and said, look at those stupid people smoking. Sam, you did it for 35 years. How can you talk about people? Well, I was different. I'm trying to help them. They don't have to do the same thing I did. But be compassionate, Sam. Isn't it interesting how quickly we forget? So I'm saying that look at something in your life. It might be just writing a letter to somebody to say thank you. It might be just to apologize to somebody. I had a confrontation in the Penobscot building with the security guard there. He responded to me what I perceived as a negative way, and he and I engaged in an argument. I did not like the way I handled that. I avoided going through the front door for a long time because I didn't want to face him. Finally, I decided to act, and I went up to him and said, I want to apologize to you for the way in which I handled this argument we had the other day. I was wrong. I hope you accept my apology. He said, I do.
This takes coordination.
I said, thank you very much. I felt relieved. Now, when you decide to act, it's not always going to be like that.
Are you gaping about how to
So, yeah, so now we are halfway done. You guys ready? So we've been doing low impact. We're going to hype it up a little bit more. And hype it more. Okay? So, ready? Okay.
You gotta give it a
Okay.
You're going to lose some friends. Everybody's not going to approve of you. There's some people that won't like you. Who do you think you are? You're arrogant. What do you think you can do? You think you can get away with that? You're selfish. Thanks, I got that. And so what I'm saying to you is that as you begin to look out on your life, this is challenging. This is not easy acting. So what are the things that we can begin to do to harness our will? Number one, you've got to bring it out and look at it. You've got to take the power out of it. You've got to expose it to the truth. And the truth is that it has no power over you. So write down something you want to act on, but for some reason that you've been holding back, and look at it. The next thing is, ask yourself the question, is it helping you to continue to put it off? If it's an asset for you to continue to procrastinate, then continue to do that. But if it's a liability for you, if it's causing you some mental and some emotional challenges, or perhaps a financial problem, look at that. Examine that for what it is. Next step, ask yourself, what's blocking you? What's preventing you from acting? Why don't you have the courage to handle that? Why won't you face that? What are you running away from? What kind of avoidance behavior are you engaged in? Next is, what is the worst thing that can happen when you take action? So I looked at that. And I said, what's the worst thing can happen when I tell him this? He can say, I don't like you. And he did. Now what happened? I experienced that. I looked at that. I saw that. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't die. My feelings were hurt a little bit. I lost some sleep about it, and sometimes I think about it when I drive past his house, but I'm still here. It's uncomfortable, but it's okay. It doesn't bother me anymore. I've gotten used to it now. So what is the worst thing that can happen? I want you to visualize that, experience that, feel the nervousness and the discomfort. And the more you run it in your mind, the less power that it will have. Next is, how will you feel after taking this action? When we look out on our lives, you ask the question, what are you going to do? Look at, as you think about this that you know you need to handle, what are you going to do? And then write down 3 strong reasons on why you know you must take action. And be explicit and descriptive in your reasons, because your reasons have power. Your reasons will drive you. When you have doubt, when your faith becomes weak, your reasons will fortify your faith. When you have an inner conversation, say, no, don't do that. Your reasons will become your rod and your staff to comfort you, to take you through those challenging moments. So write down your reasons. And what you will find, that when you decide to act, when you decide to take life on, and let me warn you, it can be painful, it will be uncomfortable, and that's where the growth is. When you're uncomfortable, when you're stretching out, when you're taking life by the collar, you're going to get thrown to the ground again and again and again. But when you have determination, and you know that what you're doing is right, it gives you your life, it gives a special meaning and power to you, you will have some power from on high. You will discover some things about yourself that will begin to electrify your personality. You'll begin to discover some things about you that you don't know you've got when you put yourself in that type of challenging situation. So I started talking to other people, and I would ask them what they were doing, and I said, but is that your passion? And they would say, no. I said, then what's your real passion? And they would tell me what their real passion was. Then I said, well, then why aren't you doing what you really want to do? Oh, I can do it, but. And they would continue on. So this word, but just kept on coming up. And then it also has some friends like woulda and coulda and shoulda. And one day, I'm going to have my own business. Those people who talk about one day I'm going to. So how is it that many times we block ourselves and we use these words almost like we're in a trance, like we're sleepwalking through life, that we find ways to cancel out our dreams? And I think that but is a dream killer. That a lot of things that we want to do, a lot of places we would like to go, a lot of things we would like to experience, and we just stop at but, and we build a case. In fact, I was reading something the other day that talked about but. It says but is an argument for our limitations, and when we argue for our limitations, we get to keep them. See, what will cause you to procrastinate? What will cause you to hide out behind fear? What will cause you to come up with all type of excuses that you can validate your inaction and not acting on your dream? And right now, more than ever, people need to look for ways to live their dream. People need to look for ways to make it on their own. There is no such thing as job security. There's no such thing as a storm-proof or tragic-proof life. There are no guarantees today, ladies and gentlemen. The illusion is gone. There was a time when we graduated from high school, you were told, go to college and get out, and you go and work for a corporation for 30 or 40 years. They'll give you a gold watch and you'll retire. Special announcement, that day is gone. That day is gone, never to return again. So instead of people living in fear, feeling stressed out, feeling powerless, feeling like victims, I think it should be a time that we need to begin to look at ways that we can become an active force in our own lives. Look at ways when we can decide to take charge of our own destiny. Look at ways when we can decide to design a life of substance and begin to truly live our dreams. And it's time for people to decide, I'm ready to get on with my life. Now, you know, a lot of people say, I'm going to live my life one day when things get right, when I get all my bills paid, when I get my feet on the ground. See, there are no problem-free moments. Always something there to build a case on why you can't move on, why you can't grow to the next level, why you can't begin to manifest your greatness, why you can't begin to live life on your terms. Always something there to block you, to keep you where you are, and keep you from beginning.
Get your free copy of my new best-selling book, Commercial Women's.
Let's do this. Okay.
Always some fear. How do we handle it? And I'm saying that if you've been hiding out behind but, if you've been using the fact that you don't have enough money or you don't have the education, take it head on. Go get the education. I was saying to a guy the other day who was saying, I said, how old are you? He says, 47 years old. I said, your sister tell me that you can't read. He said, that's right. I said, why?
Soon.
Well, you know, I didn't go to school. Excuse me, how old are you? 47. 47? Yes. And you can't read or write yet. Have you ever heard of adult school, adult education? Have you decided that you should learn how to read to begin to expand your world? Why are you using that as a racket? Why don't you decide now that you're going to expand your world? That if other people can learn, you could learn too. Well, it's hard for me. Have you been and sit in a class yet? Have you signed up yet? No, I haven't. See, a lot of people say no, ladies and gentlemen, to things, and they don't even know what they're saying no to. They haven't even challenged themselves. He hasn't even gone to sit into a class and say, teach me how to read. Instead, it's been easier for him to go through life, he thinks, trying to play a whole con game, pretending he knows how to do something that he doesn't know how to do. And you know what? Most of us go through life like that.
Ready?
Most of us go through life pretending. Pretending that we're satisfied where we are, pretending that everything is okay, pretending that we don't have any special goals or ambitions or desires, when really deep down inside we do really want more. But if you look at our behavior, if you judge based upon what we do, that really will tell you some true stories about people, because you have to judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it talks about. See, a lot of people pretend that they want more out of life. But all you have to do is watch their actions. That will tell you something. People will tell you, oh yeah, one day I want to have a restaurant. See, they're pretending they want to go into business for themselves. They're not serious. How can you tell, Les? Watch their actions. Watch what they're doing. The proof is in the pudding. So if you want to do something, if you thought about something you want to do, take it head on. Decide that you're going to start looking at it, start doing research on it, start tackling it, start becoming involved in whatever and wherever it might lead you to begin to explore the possibilities in that particular thing that you're seeking, so that you can begin to learn all you can about it. Decide that you're going to face it, that whatever shortcomings you have, that you're going to strengthen yourself there. Whatever training that's required, that you're going to go get that training, that you're going to get started right now. George Washington Carver would say, do what you can, where you are with what you have, and never be satisfied. S.B. Fuller used to say, and you heard Joe Dudley talk about, always strive to be more than that which you are. Yeah, don't get satisfied with yourself. Always know that wherever you are, you can enjoy more, that you deserve more. But most people, you know what they do? Most people go through life quietly and safely, tiptoeing to an early grave. Find out what it is you want, and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. People that have found their passion, people that found the things that they love, people that have found the things that they can pour their lives into, those people live longer. I was in New York and I had to do a seminar at a special church, and a guy by the name of Reverend Johnny Youngblood. And I said, how is it that you were able to build this big housing facility and got all of the various community and religious groups together to have this dwelling for 2,000 residents that were once homeless? How were you able to take on this responsibility? Wasn't it overwhelming? He said, the kind of work I do, he said, it's in me. I've got to live what's in me. And I think that's everybody's desire in life. You got to live what's in you. Life is just too short and unpredictable. But what do we say? But there'll always be tomorrow. Oh no. There's no guarantees you're going to show up tomorrow. There are a lot of people who were here yesterday that they're not here today. There are a lot of opportunities that were around yesterday. They're not here today. Oh, you can wait, but you know what Abraham Lincoln said? Well, good things might come to those who wait, but only the things that have been left over by those who hustle. The leftovers is somebody has left you. So take it head on, begin to explore. Here's something else. Decide to do it now. Decide whatever you want to do, that you are now going to become actively involved right now, exploring the possibilities for you. That you're going to look at it and do just a little bit of it right now. When I decided to become a speaker, I didn't just quit my job and just ran out and say, I'm a motivational speaker. No. What I did was I decided to start looking at other people that were involved in the speaking profession. I volunteered to work with some speakers so that I could learn. Whatever you want to do, get your feet wet. Gain some experience doing some volunteer work in the area and find out whether or not this thing you want to do will fit for you. A friend of mine told me he wanted to have a restaurant. I said, have you ever operated a restaurant before? He said, no. I said, well, really, you don't even know if you want one.
Like
I said, what's your
band?
expertise? What do you bring to
Get
the
an
table?
example
He said, I can cook real
in the
good. I said, but what
marketplace.
about the management side? What about the business part of the restaurant? You're not going to be cooking all the time. Somebody's got to receive the money. Who's going to manage the personnel? He said, you got it right. You got a point there. So this guy got a job in a restaurant in the evening time on a part-time basis. After doing that for a while, he said, you know what? I think I just want to be a chef. See, you got to find out what fits for you. Because you might decide that after you go up in there and examine it and experience it and get some experience under your belt on it, well, you say, this is really not what I want. This does not fit for me. So decide that you're going to do that. Now, John H. Johnson said something that's very important. He said there's no defense against an excellence that meets a pressing public need. See, whatever you decide to do, look at it and find out what is it that I have that I could bring to the table that can begin to enable me to ensure that I could be successful in this.
Yeah. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? How are you doing? You guys doing good? Okay. We're going to start wrapping it up. Okay. So let's just do a couple of moves. Have you been enjoying this? Have you been enjoying? Do you come every day? Let me know. Send me a message. I'd like to talk to you. You guys can check out my TikTok page, Discovering Natural _. You can also find me anywhere on social media, Discovering Natural. If you like vlogs, I have a vlog channel. Just click on my bio and you'll see where you can find me. I really appreciate all of you for coming and all of you that have made purchases on my TikTok, on any of my platform. I truly appreciate you. I'm not perfect. So every morning when I wake up and I'm listening to motivation, it just makes my day better. I remember something that they said in the motivation during the day, and it just lifts me up. So don't give up. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to go super aggressive. Just move your body. You can see today I'm not doing intense workout. I'm just moving my body. The important thing is for you to move your body, okay? Stop complaining that life is not fair. Stop complaining that, oh, why does everybody always have it good? Why does she look so good? Why does he make more money? Why does this? Why does that? Get up and do something. You define yourself. You define who you are. You define your own success. Don't look at other people's success thinking that their success is going to be your success. No. Their destiny is their destiny. Your destiny is your destiny. Whatever you put in is what you get out. Whatever you put in is what you get out. If you start off today in a bad mood, find some way to turn it around. Find some way to turn it around, because if not, you're going to ruin your whole day. Each day is like a new page of paper, okay? Each day is like a new page in a book. You turn it over, you start writing. What you write about yourself today is up to you. Nobody knows. If you will decide today that you want to change yourself to be somebody else, that is on you. As I always say, somebody's opinion of you does not define who you are. You define who you are. If something is not working right, if a career is not working right, if a relationship is not working right, reevaluate. Reevaluate that relationship. Reevaluate your life. Reevaluate what you're doing. Are you eating healthy? Are you in healthy relationship? Do you have someone in your life that whenever you see them, they're constantly putting it down? Because they're constantly saying, what's wrong with your hair? What kind of dress is this? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? Get rid of that person from your life. They will only pull you down. And if you feel trapped, you can always get help, right? Don't let somebody hold you. And if you're someone that you feel like you always have to put people down, make a change, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. We're here today, we're gone tomorrow. So do the best you can do each day. Stay motivated. That is why I always give, and I always come here and do these motivational videos while I work out. Because if we can't motivate ourselves, who can we motivate? Okay? We cannot motivate anybody else. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to stay strong. And one thing I realize is that as women, and even men, there are days that we just let other people take control of our lives. So let me ask you one thing. If you let somebody take control of who you are, of your life, or what you're going to be, or whatever, whose life are you living? You're not living your life. You're living their life, right? And YOLO, you only live once. Once the curtains are drawn, that is it. You only live once. So doesn't it make sense that if you only live once, doesn't it make sense that you should live the best life you can live? If you make mistakes along the way, at least you know that it's your mistake and nobody else's mistake. Okay? So today, I want to challenge you. Be the best that you can be. Today, I want to challenge you. Don't let somebody else live your life. Today, I want to challenge you. Be the best you can be. Today, I want to challenge you. Don't let any other person live your life. Your life is your own. If you feel that you are not doing something or you don't understand something, learn. Nowadays, you have the internet. There's good part, there's bad part of the internet. But I tell you, if you pick the good part and use it to elevate yourself, you will see potential. There's potential in everybody. There's potential in everybody. There's potential in you, in you, in you. So don't give up. Don't give up. Stop saying can't. Stop saying the word can't. Can't is a negative word that limits you. When you keep saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, you are limiting yourself. Stop thinking you cannot achieve what that next person has achieved. Because who makes them God? Do they have 2 heads? Do they have 2 brains? They might have a better education than you, but you have something to bring down to the table. You say life is not fair. Life is not fair, but whose life is it? It is your life. If you decide that you want your life to be fair to you, you will make your life fair to you. Stop making excuses. Move. You can't get up? Move your body. You can't get off the chair? Move your hand. You can't move your hand? Move your stomach. You can't move your stomach? Move your head. Don't give up. Just keep on moving, because when you limit yourself, that is it. When you let other people take control of you, that is it. So today, I just want to encourage you, stay strong and believe in yourself. Okay? Stay strong and believe in yourself. Don't let other people rule over you. Life is fair because everybody came to life the same way. Through a woman, you might be born in a poor situation. You might be born into a rich situation. But your destiny is up to you. Who you become is up to you. Who you're going to aspire to be is up to you. If you waste your time on this earth doing things that do not make sense, doing things that do not show your highest potential, you are failing yourself. You are hurting yourself. You're not failing anybody else. So do you, but do you right. When they say YOLO, most people say YOLO, you only live once, and then they start doing stupid stuff. Yes, you only live once, but that means you only live once, but do you know that the impact you make on this world goes on? If you live and you have children, impact them in a positive way so that you keep on living. Nobody can live your life but you. Stay strong. Don't give up. If you're not feeling fine right now, you're having health issues, stay strong. Don't give up. Stay strong. Don't give up. Stay strong. Don't give up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope what I've said has touched you. You've resonated with it. Join me again tomorrow at 7 a.m. right here. I appreciate you. I love you. Stay strong. Our workout is complete, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to click on my bio. Get more information there. Bye.